Now at noon, everyone loves Disneyland. Well, maybe not the folks who work there. A protest here now in Houston. Plus, you order your movie ticket online and you head out to the theater. But could your MoviePass be mining your phone for information about you? So what can you do? And later on, hold on tight. We're heading out to the rodeo to do some mutton busting. But first, Disney execs and shareholders here in town today for their annual shareholders meeting, but it is surrounded by controversy. Good afternoon, I'm Sherman Chow. A new report says that the happiest place on earth, not so much for those who work there. Janelle Ford has that and Disney's response.
Support Disney workers. A couple dozen Disneyland workers stood outside the Hobby Center this morning, toting signs and protesting for higher wages.
We are at the shareholders meeting and we're here to bring attention to Bob Iger, to see if he knows what's going on, to just bring attention that we love this company, we want to stay here, but we just want to be able to support ourselves.
It's on the heels of a study released last week surveying food and housing security among employees at the California resort.
We surveyed 5,000 frontline Disneyland employees. We found that over 3/4 couldn't make ends meet. We found that 11% spent time homeless in the last 2 years.
Daniel Fleming is a co-author of the study. He says while the average salary for the employees surveyed was just over $13 an hour, it's not a livable wage in the Golden State.
Our concerns are to get information about workers out to the public and to shareholders, and to try to get fair play for these workers.
Nobody should be homeless that works 40 to 60 hours a week for such a large company.
But Disney execs say that's not the case.
The survey was funded by unions at Disneyland Resort, some that we're in negotiations with now, some that we will be soon. So it's very politically motivated.
Disney reps say the sample size for the survey was a small portion of the more than 30,000 workers at their California resort, and does not paint the full picture. They say they are proud of the employee experience they deliver. Standing for Houston, Janelle Ford, KHOU 11 News.
The memorial service for Councilman Larry Green will be held Monday, March 12th at 11:30 a.m. at Brentwood Baptist Church in Southwest Houston. There will also be a visitation Sunday the 11th at Sugarland Mortuary on Eldridge Road. Green died suddenly Tuesday. No word yet on a cause of his death. A special election will be held in May to fill his seat on City Council. Meantime, Rice football star Blaine Padgett's funeral is this afternoon at 2. More than 100 players and coaches are in Beaumont to remember him. He died last week. Still no word on what caused his death as well. Lots of problems for Texas's largest school district, and Houston ISD trustees will be meeting this afternoon to try and tackle them. Superintendent Richard Carranza resigning to move to New York. Now the board has to fill his position. This as the district fights back from damages from Harvey and a $115 million budget shortfall. Trustees meet privately first, then have a public meeting at 5. We'll have a crew there and bring you the very latest this evening on air and on KHOU.com. Cleanup underway across the Northeast after the second big storm in less than a week, dumping heavy snow and knocking out power for some 900,000 customers. Coastal areas spared the heavy snow, but many places underwater. Traffic, as you can imagine and see there, is a headache. Flights are canceled and delayed across the country. Here at home, man, are we lucky. We have had beautiful weather. A little hazy, though, outside. Maybe some of that's the pollen in the air. I don't know. My nose says that's what's going on. Hey, Brooks.
Hey, sure, man. That's right. Boy, it was so nice to get some of that rain the other day to knock that pollen out of the air. It was heavier than that snow in the Northeast, it seems like. At least my sinuses are telling me that. How about yours? We've got high clouds streaming across the skies this morning and this afternoon, and what that is going to result in is a cooler day today. We've got temperatures currently hovering just about 60 degrees in Houston, a little cooler at Hobby, but we're checking in with 62 right now in Pearland, 63 in Sugarland. We'll see highs today reaching the upper 60s. It'll feel a little chilly compared to days past, certainly, but pleasant nonetheless. A little bit of sunshine poking out this afternoon. If you're heading out to the rodeo this evening, it falls into the 50s fairly quickly, so take a jacket with you. I've got your forecast for that coming up. Plus, we'll track some thunderstorms heading our way this weekend. Sure, Ben?
All right. Thank you, Brooks. All right. You love the movies. You love convenience. But how about having your movements and purchases tracked? MoviePass, the movie ticket subscription service, now admitting it is exploring ways to collect private data on its more than 2 million users. Jamie Yuccas has ways to avoid the privacy breach.
MoviePass is often described as Netflix for moviegoers and makes money by collecting subscription fees. The company now says location-based marketing could help it generate more revenue. During a forum called Data is the New Oil, How Will MoviePass Monetize It?, CEO Mitch Lowe reportedly said, "We get an enormous amount of information. You are being tracked in your GPS by the phone." Lowe also spoke about the importance of data mining in this interview last week.
It's a real big part, and the way we will use it is to help the studios know who wants to watch a particular film.
It's not a pass, it's spyware.
Jamie Court, president of Consumer Watchdog, says people can limit how much personal information their mobile phones reveal by changing the settings on their location services.
Why is it a problem for MoviePass to know where we're at?
We're signing up for free movies, and this just shows there are no free movies.
It's probably about the restaurant that you went to beforehand and how you got to that restaurant and how you're getting home from the movie.
Exactly. It's ka-ching, ka-ching. That's how this company is going to make money.
MoviePass is the latest tech company to face a backlash over data collection. After a public outcry in August, Uber said it would stop tracking riders for up to 5 minutes after their trip ended. In December, we reported on Google Home and Amazon Echo. Consumer Watchdog warned they could become listening devices, a claim both companies denied.
It almost feels a little bit like Big Brother-ish.
Data is the lifeblood of so much of Silicon Valley.
Wired editor-in-chief Nicholas Thompson, a CBS News contributor, says tech companies collect personal information not only to make money, but also to make their services more efficient for customers.
And the problem is that a lot of these companies that are getting our data aren't, I don't know, totally clear, totally honest, totally open about it. So that's a big issue.
Jamie Yuccas, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Still ahead this afternoon.